Hello makers! Today we're going to make matcha sugar cookies. They are gluten-free today, as I could not find any all-purpose flour at the store, but they came out great. Let's get the ingredients together to make these green tea cookies. To follow this recipe exactly, you'll need gluten-free flour, table salt, granulated sugar, cream cheese, unsalted butter, melted into a liquid state, 1 large egg, 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil, some matcha powder, preferably something that's unsweetened. I tore the label off of mine, so I can't give a recommendation. Need some baking powder and baking soda. Some vanilla extract. I could only find imitation vanilla flavor, but it worked just fine. And some milk. You also need a little bit of extra sugar to toss your dough balls in. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees, and then we're going to mix all of our dry ingredients together. We're going to mix the flour, the baking soda, the baking powder, and the salt together in a medium bowl, and we're also going to throw the matcha in. We're going to whisk it all up and set it aside. Next, we're going to place the 1.5 cups of sugar and the cream cheese in a large bowl. I'm going to kind of break up the cream cheese into little bits, but that's not entirely necessary, but it can help you get it more consistently mixed together. Now we're going to pour the melted butter over in just a second, and we're going to whisk to combine. Now we'll add in the oil. We will also whisk this up until it's all combined together. Then for the last of the wet ingredients, we'll combine the egg, the milk, and the vanilla, and we'll whisk until it all looks smooth. finally, we'll add in our flour mixture. I like to do it in roughly a third to half at a time. You just kind of mix it in and fold it in until it's fully incorporated. Alright, for the next stage, we're going to make little dough balls. We need to make dough balls that are roughly 2 tablespoons in size or volume. And I don't really have a lot of advice on this, except that if you need to, you can get a 1 tablespoon and measure 2 of them out and squish them together. I eyeballed it, but I think I got pretty close. Um, it's not always the biggest deal in the world if you're willing to sit there and watch your cookies cook to make sure that they don't cook all wild and weird. So we're going to. I ended up making about 20 balls for this. The recipe says I'll end up with 24. That's probably because my sizing was not perfect, but again, everything worked out. So we're going to just make a whole bunch of these 2 tablespoon cookie dough balls, and you're going to roll them around in the sugar, and then you're going to place them out on your baking sheet, cover with parchment paper. And now you're going to take a handy flat object and you're going to squish your dough balls down until they're a little bit flatter. Now that our cookies are flat, we're going to stick them in a preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit oven for 6 minutes. And then we're going to flip the baking sheet around. After flipping the sheet around, we're going to cook for another 5 minutes and we're going to start checking on those cookies. Once they're done, we're going to pull them out of the oven and let them rest on the pan for 5 minutes, and then pull them off of the pan to cool completely. This is more or less what they should look like. You're going to be looking for a little bit of some brown around the edges, maybe just a teensy spit on top. My second round came out a little bit darker, but they're still good. I hope this has inspired you to bake some delicious cookies, and I hope that you come into the Creation Station once we're all open for business again. Have a wonderful day.